Hello everyone, I am Prashant Kumar. Today we are going to discuss about Java remote method invocation. Introduction to Java RMI. So Java RMI allows objects to communicate remotely in a networked environment. It enables the invocation of methods on remote objects as if they were local. This functionality is crucial so as for distributed applications in Java. So remote method call on client parameter sub-objects return value client side internal skeleton objects parameter remote method invocation on the server. So this is the working of RMI. Key concepts of RMI. RMI operates on the principle of client server architecture. Remote objects are registered in a naming server so as for clients to look up. Serialization is used to convert objects into a format which has been suitable for transmission. So workstation is connected to internet, smartphone gets connected to internet, laptop gets connected to internet, where those three which are connected to internet are connected from internet to directly to the server. Components of RMI. The main components include the RMI registry, remote interfaces, and stub or the skeleton classes. The RMI registry acts as a directory service for remote objects. Stubs and skeleton facilitate communication between the client and server. RMI remote method invocation contains important RMI components, RMI layering, RMI stub and skeleton, RMI registry, RMI Java packages, RMI transport layer, RMI IDL, RMI server class hierarchy, RMI garbage collection, RMI dynamic class loading, RMI parameter passing, RMI callbacks, RMI remote object activation. RMI interfaces. A remote interface will define the method that can be invoked remotely. It extends the java.rmi.remote interface to indicate that it can be accessed remotely. Each method in a remote interface must declare a remote exception. Remote method invocation. Abstract recently the Java remote method invocation, the introduction, what is RMI, and other components of it. Stubs and skeletons. The stub acts as a proxy for the remote object on the client side. The skeleton, which has been used on the server side, receives the call from the stub. These components handle the communication and also the data transfer between the client and server. So client will request the server and also the response is given from the server so as to the client. RMI registry. So the RMI registry is a simple server that allows clients to look up remote objects. It uses a unique name so as to bind remote objects, enabling clients to access them. So the registry can be started from the command line or programmatically. RMI client, web server, URL protocol, RMI server, RMI registry, URL protocol. Implementing the RMI. So as for implementing RMI, we have to define a remote interface and create a class that implements it. The server must register the remote object with the RMI registry. Clients can then use the registry so as to obtain a reference to the remote object. So here is the code so as for the RMI implementation code. So as to learn using coding, attend the screening test, attend interview and develop applications. Handling exceptions. Remote method calls can throw remote exception and other exceptions. It is essential to manage these exceptions for robust application behavior. Proper error handling ensures that the client server communication is reliable. Public class exception on handling example. Public static void main string args int num is equals to 50, int array is equals to 5, 10, 0, 25 and 5. So as for int I is equals to 0, I less than array length I plus plus, try system.out.println result addition of number for the array length of I. Catch exception ex system.out.println an exception occurs. So the output would be result 10, result 5, an exception occurs. Instead of throwing an error, it shows the message specified with a catch block. Result 2 and the result is 10. Build successful. Security considerations. RMI applications must consider security, especially in a networked environment. So the Java provides a security manager so as to control access to these resources. Applications can implement security policies to restrict or allow access to remote methods. Data security consideration. Backing up data, data archiving, disposal of data, location security, and redundant utilities. Conclusion. So the Java RMI simplifies the development of distributed applications in Java. It provides a robust mechanism for remote communication between objects. Understanding RMI is essential so as for building scalable and networked Java applications. This 10-slide presentation gives an overview of Java RMI, its components, implementation, and considerations for security and error handling.